Included in your package you will find two lower crossbars, the upper crossbar brace, the upper crossbar, two curved panels, the rack base, the main support arm, and the hardware. Included with your hardware will be two support pegs and two reinforced rim bolts for mounting the tire to the rack. You will also find a rubber band which wraps around the factory frame to protect it from the U-bolt. The rack will be assembled first before we mount it to the machine. Start by attaching each curved section to the rack base. Each section is attached using two nuts and two bolts. At this point, you will also attach the support pegs at each end of the rack. It is a good idea to leave all of the hardware just finger tight until the whole rack is assembled. This will make it easier to align the holes. Next, attach one of the lower crossbars. The lower crossbars are attached using one nut and one bolt on each end. And both sides are assembled in the same way. Before attaching the upper crossbar, however, you need to first fasten the brace to the crossbar. Remember that the two offset holes will be used for the rim bolts later. The brace is attached to the upper crossbar using 4 nuts and 4 bolts. Now we can attach the upper crossbar to the rack, again using a nut and bolt at each end. Make sure your brace is facing in at this point in the assembly. Flip the rack over and we can begin to attach the remaining lower crossbar. Again, this crossbar will be attached the same way as the first one we just assembled. At this point, you can then use the two rim bolts to make sure the holes are going to align correctly. You can now go ahead and tighten all of the hardware in the rack assembly. And as easy as that, the body of the tire rack is complete. Next, place the tire rack on the machine. Insert the support pegs into the frame. Using the U-bolt included with your package, fasten the rack to the factory safety bar. Next, attach the main support arm. First to the machine using the factory hole, and second to the rack itself. And you can now tighten both bolts. Now, place the tire in the rack and be sure to position it so that it will allow the bolts to go through the rim. Attach the tire with the reinforced rim bolts, and installation is complete.